What's crack-a-lackin' Challenger? I'm your host, James Moreland. Wow, it has been a long time since I've said that, but sorry about the delays in videos. I've been pretty busy, as well I've been feeling a little sick and a little down. But we are back today with the cool, animal fish thing that I got a couple two weeks ago. I didn't film it, but I did share it on my Snapchat as well as my Instagram at challenge.thewild. If you guys aren't following that, I don't know why. As well as, if you're not subscribed, make sure you check that out. I don't know why you would be watching this video if you weren't subscribed. Make sure you also hit that notification bell and the like button, and I post videos like this. I should be posting 3 times a week, but I don't know. But as you guys can see, this was my 20-gallon long, and I've had this tank for a while. Now, this tank is really beautiful, and you guys might have seen the video when I got it, and I had a lot of plans for it. Now, after I moved it down to the fish room, one thing I wanted to do was either have shell dwellers, a betta fish sorority, or breeding for profit. And I decided to do breeding for profit, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. So you might be able to see all the guppies in here that are actually breeding, but one thing that you may see stand out more might be the red of the shrimp in here. So I got some cherry shrimp, and these are some amazing, very common shrimp. And I actually have some orange bee shrimp in my 90-gallon, but I've only seen one. I think the other one's passed away. I also moved the angelfish that was in my 20-gallon tull into the 90-gallon just because he was being a bully there, but I think he's doing better now. There might be some shots of him. So using Rachel O'Leary's book, let me talk about cherry shrimp. I have to tell you something unfortunate about these guys, and it happens to do with breeding. Red cherry shrimp, Neocardinia davidi. These are one of the most popular shrimp in the aquarium hobby and are pretty hardy. They can grow to a max size of 1.2 inches, but I think I've seen them get bigger, and I've definitely seen them be a lot smaller. Minimum aquarium size, 2 gallons. I mean, I actually have this nano hexagon tank, which is 1.5. I might actually have a couple in there. Ooh, but that's a spoiler for season 3 of Challenge the Wild. We're actually doing nano tanks, and a lot of them, and it is going to be amazing, and we're actually going back up to my room upstairs, and it has been a while since I've been up there, and it's going to be a lot of fun when I go back. And we're going to have a couple nano tanks, but that's too many spoilers for this episode. It says relatively easy to breed, but let me talk about breeding these guys. So if you saw these guys on my Instagram or my Snapchat, I kind of complained because I got 9 of them, and they're females. They are all females. However, I've seen one of them, and after closer inspection, it might be a male. It's kind of relatively hard to tell. I mean, there's no really distinct way, like a guppy with their anal fin. However, with shrimp, you usually tell with, the roundedness of their stomachs. Females tend to be A, bigger, and B, I don't know how to describe this. I'm probably butchering this explanation, but they're round, you know? Like this. They look like this, if that makes sense. So I'll have some pictures up demonstrating what that looks like. So I saw one of them, and hopefully they breed, and these guys look beautiful. I have seen one of them molt. I think that's what it's called. They basically shed, and females usually do that when they're ready to breed. I might be wanting to get some more, and I actually learned from Aquarium Co-op that it's better to have tons and tons of algae on the glass of your tanks to breed more shrimp. Now, this isn't just a shrimp breeding tank, but that is some good advice, and there is some algae spots and stuff, but actually there should be. There's some guppy grass in here, but I think it's all stuck to the sides and stuff. But we have some ramhorn snails breeding in here, some bladder snails, some apple snails or mystery snails, shrimp, and I actually moved the crayfish that were in here into the 20-gallon tall. That 20-gallon tall is kind of like my basic tank that I can put things in while I wait until I get them a different situation or setup. So they are currently in there waiting to be moved into a different tank for them to breed asexually. So that would be a lot of fun. Now, honestly, if you guys don't have any sort of shrimp, I really recommend these guys. They don't really cost that much depending where you go. I got them not at a local fish store, I got them at a chain store, and they sent me back $3 or $4 per shrimp. So yeah, one of my local stores actually sells them for $6 to $7, and then I actually went to Aquatics Unlimited where I think they sold them for $9. Or it was either $6 or $9, but that's still pretty high. Now, I haven't bred these guys, but one recommendation I was told was actually to keep the temperature a little bit warmer, as well as keep up with your water changes. And actually, speaking of water changes, I got this thing. This is a 50-foot siphon that goes directly into my sink, and it is a lifesaver. Oh my gosh, I will definitely have to make a video on this. I think it was the Aqueon. Also, Python has a system like this. But this thing is a lifesaver. I will definitely have to make a video about this thing later. So yeah, I have been keeping up with water changes, but also one thing that I noticed at my local fish store was they were fancy to a fish keeper, but not fancy to an average person or a fish keeper starter, kind of like I am. I'm not like a starter, I'm intermediate. I don't know. I can't define myself. I'm not going to put a label on it. Now, what I'm talking about in that way, cherry shrimp that aren't fully white, that are kind of like a Riley type of cherry shrimp, I think that's how you pronounce it. But where they're not completely red, where they have like white spots or clear spots, and I think it looks pretty cool to me, but that's not really what I'm going for. If you're actually trying to breed shrimp and sell them, it's better just to have them full red, because that's what most people will want to see. And that's what I got. These guys were very red compared to my local fish store. I mean, eventually I'd like to breed some of those type of shrimp. I'd love to breed tons of shrimp, and I think it'd be a lot of fun, and I'd definitely be selling these to like a local store, maybe on the Challenger store. Speaking of which, some snails are actually back in stock, and they're actually pretty cool. Also, an update on the killifish. He is doing amazing. He looks beautiful, and I really like the look of him. And he definitely colored up. He looks really beautiful now, and I'm glad I got him. And if I encourage you guys to get some cherry shrimp, make sure you don't get them with betta fish, or killifish, I guess, because those guys most likely will eat the cherry shrimp. They do not do the best with aggressive fish, because the aggressive fish will try nabbing at them or eating them. They just seem like living food to them. However, I have kept ghost shrimp with my betta fish. It just is the personality of your betta. I'm just giving you a warning just in case. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Again, make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you hit the like button, the notification bell, the whole shebang. As well as check out the Instagram challenge.thewild. I try posting almost daily, and that's all my fish. If you want to see more of me, at James Morelan, as well as the challenger.store. I'll scale on the flippity flop. Catch you later. Bye. I wanna be